My 30F husband 34M keeps comparing my to my sister 21F. I've been with my husband for 9 years and we've got 2 children who are 3 and 7. We're expecting a third due in December. My sister helps out with the children. She only recently got a flat and the children spend the weekends there. She's a great help. My sister is a fitness freak as is her partner, but she's always been into sports, track and surfing especially, and she hasn't had any children, so she's stick thin. Comments started off harmless enough like, oh maybe sister's name will go gym with you, or maybe sister's name will be your PT. And then, oh sister's name looks fit in this picture, or you can't pull that off but sister's name would look hot, maybe give it to her. I've spoken to him and then it's gone from being about appearance to other things. I'll cook something and he'll say that she could do it better. It's so out of the blue and it's about every little thing. It's so frustrating and confusing and I can't talk to him about it as it's nothing.
It isn't nothing to me. It's insulting and demoralizing. Why is it so important to you to say insulting things to me, even after I have told you it hurts my feelings?
Gee, your sister is 9 years younger than you are, not pregnant and childless. I might ask him, the next time he does this, what are you really saying here? Just sit with it. Maintain eye contact and silence until he says something. What you can say to him is this: I need you to stop comparing me to my sister. She is awesome. So am I. Your comments seem to be some kind of negative comment and I need them to stop. Will you stop? You can also grayrock180rule.com/the-gray-rock-method-of-dealing-with-psychopaths/him. He may do it to get under your skin or to diminish you. Don't let him do that. He has something going on and it's ugly.
Sounds like he really wants to have your sister instead of you. What a douche to be saying shit like that. Get those divorce papers ready. FK him.
I'm sorry, but your husband is being a complete ass. He's not only causing tension between you and him but probably between you and your sister. I'd suggest visiting your sister alone, outside of your home for a bit until he gets his senses back. Try having another conversation with him about how this makes you feel. I'm not sure what your marriage is like and whether this is the breaking point that would lead to divorce. 9 years and 3 kids in is such an investment, and if you are generally happy in your marriage then you two have got to sit down together to figure out how to fix this. This would absolutely infuriate me, and the fact that you're pregnant too. The stress and heartache you must feel. Just try to take it easy for yourself and unborn child.
It's not nothing, it's hurtful, and if you've already spoken to him about it, it's now intentional. It also seems to be escalating. He is also doing this whilst you are more vulnerable being pregnant. I don't know if just me, but I think weird as he's known her since she was 12, so would expect him to also see her as a baby sister. I think you need to sit down when the children aren't there and ask him what is going on, give him specific examples and don't let him be dismissive. If you need to write some things down so he can't sidetrack you or derail the conversation.
Greater than my sister is a fitness freak as is her partner. Is her partner a guy? B, C, I'd be talking about how fit he looks, how chiseled he is, how your sister is so lucky to have someone with a full head of hair and no dad bod. And then I'd follow it up with divorce papers. B, C, crushing on your spouse's younger sibling is a deal breaker for me.
First of all, entire weekends taking care of the kids. Your sister is a saint. Your husband seems to have an unhealthy obsession with your sister. What a dick. I know you mentioned you can't talk to him about it, but you have to insist. Every single time he mentions your sister, you need to have the talk. I'm afraid there's not much else you can do.
So your husband, who was 25 when he met your sister who was 12, is now making comments about how hot she is? That's just gross and disrespectful to you and your sister. You should sit down and let him know that his comments are hurtful and disrespectful, and if he cannot knock it the fuck off, he can go stay somewhere else until he learns to be a decent human being. Then follow through. Divorce him if need be. He sounds like a piece of shit. So the only question is, can he learn to be less of a piece of shit or not?
I'd keep him away from your sister as he's clearly a creep.
I could be wrong, but I would consider his behavior to be manipulation tactics, designed to lower your self-esteem, and make you easier to control, later. He probably isn't consciously thinking that, but that's not required for me to be correct.
This sounds like classic symptoms of internet porn addiction, actually. Porn trains the brain to constantly look for a better sexual experience, and he seems fixated on a younger and more superficially appealing version of you. Of course, it could just be garden variety jackassery as well. You need to put your foot down. Be kind but firm. I find your behavior hurtful and damaging to our relationship. Please make an honest effort to change. If that doesn't work, then escalate. If he thinks your sister can cook a meatloaf fuck better, then make food for everybody but him. He can make his own damn food if he doesn't like your cooking.
Next time he does it, ask him why he married you and not your sister.
Alright, I first read only the title and my initial thoughts were fuck that, but then I kept reading and I'm honestly shocked you don't have his balls buried in the backyard. I'm fuming for you right now even imagining this happening. I don't have much advice aside from his behavior is gross, super disrespectful, and he absolutely does not deserve you. Yeah, your husband has feelings for your sister. I had an ex who had a thing for my housemate. I knew her since primary school, went through high school together and played sport together. She was an ex-flight attendant and very personable. She was nice to everyone. She was nice to him because he was my boyfriend and he was a guest in our house. He started making random comments on things that she had said to him that I had completely forgotten about because they meant nothing. I brought it up with her. She was shocked and said that she would never go there. I told her that I knew that, but he obviously liked her. That ex was a dick. Thankfully I never married him, he was far too stingy to ever buy me a ring. Your husband is a dick. Sister's partner's six-pack is so hot, why can't you work out like he does? Sister's partner really filled out that polo earlier today, didn't he? Sister's partner cooks for her, too bad you can't be more like him cause that's such a sexy trait in a man. Harmless, right?
If you've already told him that what he is saying is hurtful and he hasn't stopped, then talking about it more may not do much good. I'm not sure how he could begin to say such things without the intent of hurting you to begin with. He is old enough to know better. If you are able, I would let your sister know what has been going on and see if you and the kids can stay with her until you can figure out if he's willing to apologize and make amends for this inexcusable behavior. It is he who should do the work to mend what he has worked to destroy you and the relationship. He sounds like he may need some time by himself to figure out where this insensitive behavior is coming from within him. Hopefully he hasn't said these things around your children because that is also inexcusable.
I am so sorry, that is awful. It is even worse to hear those things while you are carrying his child. Not to mention that you have 2 other children with him. It is really strange and insensitive. I am not sure what advice to give you because you've already tried talking to him about it. It is probably time to talk to a couples counselor. I really feel for you.
You could ask him how he would feel if you compared him to your sister fit partner, especially if partner is guy. And then casually compare these 2 few times. Then ask if it is still nothing.
Are you sure you want to stay married to him?
This behavior is extremely inappropriate and damaging to your relationship. I would not even hesitate to call it emotionally abusive. Not only is he harming your relationship with yourself, but also with him and your sister. Considering your children, I would recommend having a conversation and attending children's therapy. However, if his behaviors continue, I would suggest taking a look at divorce. The insecurity that his words are causing will bleed into every aspect of your relationship and your children will pick up on strains in your relationship. Do not let his words diminish you as a woman. You have given life and he's immature if he expects your body to be the same. Don't tolerate disrespect because you don't deserve it.
Throw him out until he learns to treat you right. If it's never, take the house and half his shit and call it a day.
I was going to comment on talking to him, but your husband is trash. I don't know what that will accomplish. Next time he does that, just straight ask him if he's purposely trying to hurt you and what kind of a husband is he that he chooses to do that. If it's nothing, why he keeps bringing your sister up. Just put his actions on blunt terms so he doesn't get to brush it off.
That is really bizarre. It is definitely unfair to compare your wife to anyone whatsoever. She should stand out from the crowd if you married her. I think he is definitely overstepping by consistently comparing you to your younger sister. You have every right to be frustrated and he should be confronted about it.
No doubt, the man is an arse. It's his job to make you feel pretty and valued because you're the mother of his kids and he contributed to the changes in your body. He's dropping the ball there. Stop complaining to him. Instead, think of someone he can be compared to. Popular choices. A neighbor he deeply dislikes, look for similarities or things the neighbor does better, his boss, your boss, good-looking coworker or family friend, mailman, etc., one of his parents, the one with whom he has a bad relationship, if any. Again, look for things in common or agree with their points of view instead of his, your friend's husband, a single male acquaintance. Develop a sudden and deep-felt admiration for firefighters. I bet he'll love to hear that they are real men. Don't make him feel jealous, just inadequate. When he's had enough, ask if he wants to reevaluate the way he's been making you feel. Good luck.
He needs to understand the difference between you and your sister. You have had 3 children, and honestly he sounds as if his way to motivate you is completely off, therefore confront him head on. What is the issue really? Let him speak and do not back down till he tells you what is in his head.
You, Ebby 45, there's a lot of abusive undertones here.
Your husband is genuinely an asshole.
I'd call him out on that, it's totally not okay. Does your sister know?
Also, I hope when he's saying these comments he's sitting there with his great cooking, massive paycheck and abs, face with rolling eyes.
You've been married 9 years, so he knew your sister when she was 12. And now he has a crush on her. That's creepy AF.
Why the hell would you put up with that? Your husband is a fucking dickhead and I'm sorry you're going through this. Tell him it's a big problem and you want to talk to him and get it resolved to your liking and don't settle for anything else. Don't let him treat you like this or let him walk all over you. If he has a good-looking bro, do the same to him and see how he likes it.